Hello viewers, this is a new video about documents you need to apply all the documents you need to apply for Australian citizenship test. What documents you need? So welcome to my another video. Today we will talk about documents you need to apply for Australian citizenship test. Subscribe the channel. Next video is about how to fill up the form to apply for the Australian citizenship test. Okay, the next video is about it, so subscribe the channel and please comments on it. Australian citizenship requirements are listed below. What are the requirements? You must be at least 18 years old and less than 60 years old. Okay, so you must be 18 years old. Number 2, must be for good character, no criminal record. You must have no criminal record. Has a basic knowledge of English. You must have a basic knowledge of English. Must have satisfied the residency requirements 4 years in Australia. We will talk about it later in this video. Must have passed the citizenship test. First you pass the citizenship test. Please watch the videos on playlist for the practice. If you want to practice for the citizenship test, please watch the videos in this channel. Fill up the form. After this we will fill up the form. Please check the videos how to fill up the form in the playlist. Right now the video is coming up very soon, but maybe when you are watching the video it will be already uploaded, so please watch that video. If it's not there, wait for that. The website to go to fill up the form and to see the document supports is this one: imi homeaffairs.government.au/citizenship. Okay, supporting documents are: number 1, photograph and signature; number 2, current residential address; proof of date of birth; birth name, change of name. If you did change your name at the time of after the birth, you need to write down that name too. Passport, you need passport. Police character report, police clearance report. Your passport and ID card. If you are a citizen of another country, if you are a citizen of another country, they need your passport and your ID card. Documents for your children, proof of the handicaps and special requirements. If you have a children who are handicapped of special requirements, you need that documents too. When you apply, you must be either, okay, here you go. This is the website, imi.homeaffairs.government.au/citizenship. Okay, so it will show you everything like this. A permanent residence, you must have permanent resident, and eligible New Zealand citizen. If you are eligible New Zealand citizen, you can apply for Australian citizenship test too. Okay, were here on February 26, like 26 February 2001, or were here for 12 months in 2 years before 26 February 2001. If you are here on 26 February 2001 after this, or 12 months before that, okay, 12 months before 26 February 2001, if you are New Zealand citizen, then you can apply. And here you go. If you want to search more, just click on this one in the website. Residential requirements. We consider the amount of time you have lived in Australia in the at least 4 years. Certain cases it may exempt you from the requirements. So they want to check in 4 years how many years did you spend here. Okay. Living, number 1, living in Australia on the valid visa for last 4 years. If you are living in Australia for 4 years with a valid visa, or with your PR card or your green card or whatever in Australia, if you are living with this for 4 years, you are eligible to apply for a citizenship. A permanent resident or eligible New Zealand citizen for last 12 months. If you are permanent residents or eligible New Zealand citizen for last 12 months. Okay, if you are permanent residents for last 12 months, or you are New Zealand citizen for last 12 months. Away from Australia and no more than 12 months in total 4 years. Okay, in 4 years you are away from Australia, but not more than 4 years. Include no more than 90 days in total in past 12 months. So in 4 years, if you are out from the country for more than 90 days, you are not eligible. If it's less than 90 days, when you are away from Australia, like see, if you are 4 years in Australia and you went back home, whatever, it's Philippines or it's India or it's Pakistan, wherever you went there, and you spend more than 90 days, then you are not eligible. But if you spend less than 90 days, then you are eligible to apply for that. Okay, for children under 16 or 17 years, if meeting required would, ca would cause significant significant hardship or disadvantage, if you need to provide the proof. If your children are 16 or 17 and they are out of the country, then it will be a little bit hard to apply for that. Children under 16 don't need to meet the general residence requirement, but must be a permanent residence. If they are under 16 and they are permanent residents, then they can apply anytime. Calculate the permanent residency. If you want to calculate here, go to the website, click on residency calculator and do it. If you want to, there's another video coming on residency calculator, how you will calculate it. Also there's another video coming up there, so check that video too. We grant the permanent visa when you are in Australia or the first entrance Australia on the permanent visa. They will check how many days you are here in for 4 years. General exemption. Under 16 years, we born the former Australian citizen who lost their citizenship before April 2002. If someone lost their citizenship before 2002, you don't need to apply for the citizenship. They will give you a citizenship without anything. Were born in Papua before 16 September 1975. If you are born in Papua 1975, then you can apply for citizenship test. Character requirements. What should your character be? You must be good character if you are 18 years or over. If you are more than 18 years, then you need the police clearance certificate. Maybe they will ask you police clearance certificate from your back home, like if you are from Philippines, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, anywhere, Nepal, anywhere, maybe they will ask police clearance certificate from there and also from Australia. Here you go. We may consider any record criminal conviction, obligation may have the court in Australia or overseas, your association with people of concern, incident of report domestic violence where you have been honest in your dealing with Australian community, including provide false or misleading information in relation to a visa or citizenship application. If you did something wrong and when you are doing citizenship test or visa, you write anything wrong, so maybe you cannot apply for the citizenship test for Canada. Knowledge of Australia, you must understand the mean of the Australian citizenship test. There's a videos in this channel, there are lots of videos to know about the Australian culture, Australian parliament, everything about Australia. You should watch that videos too. A basic knowledge of English language, understand what it means to become Australian citizenship test, aquatic knowledge of Australia's and responsibilities of privilege of Canada, of the citizenship, and understand and communicate the Australian values based and freedom, respect and equality. That what you can know, you will go to the same channel, you will go to the playlist and you can check all the videos. There are lots of videos about it. If you score 75% or more on the citizenship test and answer all 5 questions in Australia values correctly, then you meet our knowledge requirement. So you must get 75% or more. Okay, and there are 5 questions about Australian values. There is a video about Australian value, so you need to check that video too. So you have to pass that 5 question, and then the rest you must have 75% or more, so you will pass it. And then language requirement, you need the basic knowledge of English language to become Australian citizenship. English is our national language. Communicating in English help you to live full life in Australia. If you score 75% or more in citizenship test and answer 5 question Australian values correctly, then you meet our language requirement. There is no other requirements. If you pass the test, it means you understand English. Some applicant don't have to sit the test but must have interview to show that. Some applicant, they are not supposed to sit to do the test, but then they have to go for the interview. Understand what it means to become Australian citizenship. Have an aquatic knowledge of responsibilities and privilege of Australian citizenship. Close and continuing link to Australia. You must intend to leave Australia and maintain the close continuing association with Australia while overseas. When you are overseas, you must connect it to the Australia too. Citizenship is a privilege that requires long-term commitment to Australia. We may consider if you have a child who is Australian citizen, a parent who is Australian citizen, and your time together, extended family in Australia, spend time in Australia, bank account in Australia, job in Australia, paid income tax in Australia, properties in Australia. If you have any of these, it's gonna help you to get Australian citizenship test. Or when you are outside from Australia, if you have any of these, then you are eligible. We cannot approve your application in certain circumstances. If you have certain circumstances like identification, criminal offense, risk of national security, former citizen, location at time of applicant approval. Let's see. Identity, we must not approve your citizenship application if you are not satisfied your identity is asserted of birth. If you don't have any identity or it's wrong, then you can't apply for Australian citizenship test. Criminal offense, if you do any criminal offense, we proceed the offense against an Australia law when it is less than 2 years since you related from the prison after serving prison sentence of 12 months or more. If it's less than 2 years and you are in the sentence for 12 months, then you cannot apply for citizenship test. You need to wait for 2 years. You have the certain condition in the court, bail or anything. You are in prison or psychiatrist institute for order to court in the time. If you have some problem, then you cannot apply for Australian citizenship test. Risk of national security, you must not approve your citizenship application if you are assessed as a risk of security in Australia. Former citizenship, we must not approve your citizenship application if you are ceased to be an Australian citizen in the past 12 months. Location at the time of application approved. If you are applying for citizenship on the basis of meeting requirements, general eligibility, having permanent or endorsed physical or mental incapacity, or being a person aged 60 or over, having hearing, speech or sight impairment. So if you have any mental problem, any physical problem, any you are over 16 and you can't hear or you can't see, so you are not eligible to apply for citizenship. The last step in the process to acquiring Australian citizenship after you pass the test is to attend the Australian citizenship ceremony. This is in many ways the most critical step of all the ceremony generally take place within 3 months after approval of the application by the Department of Home Affairs. However, the wait time will vary between the various local council. We hope you liked the video and found it useful. Do remember to subscribe, and we will be back soon with more interesting video. To stay tuned and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel. These are the videos about Australian driving license test. Thank you so much.